This is a Building Dreams function enhancement and new feature release video. The function enhancement is to the standings dashboard, where we've made it easier to access the actual raw data behind the numbers that you may see for a total data point. So as we see here in this site, the most recent 30 days, having in front of us in this first block, first downs, total 179. You see the next block, flags, 2, 13, sacks, so on and so forth. So before we could just view these numbers, we could sort by viewing a column, first downs from greatest to least or from least to greatest. And the same thing for the rest of the columns. Now we can actually quickly get to the data behind these numbers. You see now when we hover over this number, I can now click on the number and get the raw data for those 179 first downs, positive behaviors within my site. And with that, I can see the date, I can see the time of day, I can see who this first down belongs to. I can see who the first down was distributed by and what it was for. So here, 4/27/21 at 1:57 p.m., Shabri Brown received a first down from Danita Logwood for class participation. For what? Turned in an assignment / homework. Great job. But we can see that this may have been for an entire class or just for a group of students in the class, in Danita's class. But all that data that we could see here in the number telling us a total of 179 for the last 30 days, we can quickly access it. The same thing for sacks. This is here for the total for the site, but we can quickly access and see 420 at 9:29 a.m. flag distributed to Marcus by Danita Logwood. We're not going to view the notes, but we could view the notes. We can see the time of day and what it was for. The same thing with sacks, this is going to make it, as an admin, especially an admin, it's going to make it a lot easier to draw, analysis and conclusion on what's going on. The numbers are directing me, showing me that there's an issue, but now I can get specifically to the raw critical data and see the date, the time of day, who's it for, who administered it, and what was it for. So we'll be able to see with these sacks if there's any alignment between the time of day that they're receiving these. Like we see here, there's 2 by a student: hitting, pushing, throwing, Marcus Burnett. Another day, actually the same day, disruptive talking, but in the same block of time, on the same day, this student received 2 sacks. And I was an administrator, I can see this information and I can go intervene because I know exactly the date, the time, and what occurred in that classroom. And if there are any notes, we can click and we can view notes. But if I want to get from my entire site and kind of just drill down specifically on a classroom for whatever it may be, we'll go lead with sacks for Miss Logwood's class. I can click Miss Logwood. I can sort greatest to least by clicking this column. Now it shows me Marcus Burnett. Now, if I want to just see Marcus, his information, I can click here and I can see his 2 sacks, the date, the time of day, and what for. And saying he has 2 flags as well. We can check and see his flags. But quicker analysis, and also now if I want to just get to this student's overall activity report, I can click on Marcus Burnett, and now it's going to take me right to his activity report so I can see all of his collected data. But overall, we've made it a lot easier. And you still can set your date range. So if I want to analyze a week, 2 weeks, a month, whatever it may be, I can easily sort and get to a point where I can clearly see what classroom or what students having a problem, and I can quickly access that data. If I wanted just extra points, we don't have any extra points in the last 30 days here in this site. Let's see, let's go by first downs, Starwood. Let's just check another class. That's Miss Rowley. In Miss Rowley's class, let's go something positive. Who has the most first downs? Cervantes. Now I can see all of the first downs within this span of time for Cervantes, Hope. We can see following school rules, contributing in class discussions, following school rules. So just doing a great job of being focused, dialed in. And if I want to highlight a student for some positive behavior, I can go right to the student and say, hey, you've been doing a great job following the rules, contributing in class, because I know I've seen your Building Dreams activity details. Keep it up. Provide some encouragement. Or if I'm looking at sacks, we can see Quincy Tunstall in this class. Where are those sacks for? Disruptive talking. So we can see if I'm following up with Quincy, we can see that we've had some trouble with disruptive talking, and maybe that's something that we need to work on, and something that I can follow up with Quincy regarding the disruptive talking. And we see here, you know, it was the same day, 4/6/21 at 1:20 p.m., 4/6/21 at 1:19 p.m. 2 counts. Davion, we can click the same thing. And then now I can draw a conclusion as well. Maybe Quincy and Davion were engaged in the disruptive talking together. But now I have that information. I have data to draw analysis from and draw a conclusion. Not necessarily conclusion, but to direct me and inform me as to what may have taken place, but it's directing me to now be able to follow up, but have some critical data to inform me before I begin follow up. So this is the standings dashboard enhancement, where now I can access the raw data and not just see the numbers for a data set. So no longer can we just see the number of first downs or the number of flags or sacks or red zones or badges. Now we can actually get underneath the numbers and access the critical data. That is the function enhancement for the standings dashboard. The new functions as feature release, the assessment notifications. So for the social, emotional, behavioral assessments, the check-in, check-out student assessment, the home environment student assessment, I can now receive text or email notifications, all dependent upon if I have my, in my account, I have the SMS toggle button on to receive text messages. But if I don't have that toggle on, I will receive notifications to my email address. For a teacher to cut on this notification, you go into your classroom, you go to classroom actions, this button right here, click, you go to edit class title and photo, and you can see here is where you can enable your daily assessment. So clicking the toggle to enable or disable your daily class assessments. And then if I want the notifications are all dependent upon what the question is and how a student answers. If we think it's something that you should be notified about, to be aware of, the system is going to, when the student answers, send you a text or an email notification. So if a student's answering on the stress scale, anywhere from a 7 to a 10, I'm highly stressed, it's going to send a text message notification or email notification. On the emotion scale, if a student checks, I'm worried, sad, or angry, it's going to send a notification. Making it easy with the assessments to, obtain the information about how the student's feeling, their emotional state, their stress level, but now to be able to relay the information and not be dependent upon you as a teacher or administrator to have to go and pull the raw data in a spreadsheet and to search for the information. Now we're making it engaging and relaying the information through notification. So if I want my assessment notifications on, I click enable. Now I will receive these notifications. And I'll leave that on. But for a teacher, you access that in your classroom, underneath classroom actions, clicking edit class title and photo. And then either this is where you can turn on your daily assessments and then turn on the assessment notifications. For a admin, contacts, view all contacts, we want to look at our admins. And for an admin, where I edit my profile, this is where I turn on the assessment notifications. And just a reminder, this is also where you insert your phone number, where you turn on the send SMS messages to receive text message notifications. And now you see that we also have added the assessment notifications toggle button to turn that on, to go along with the incident notifications for flags and SACs. So incident notifications are for flags and SACs. Assessment notifications are for the student check-in, check-out assessment and the home environment assessment, and all dependent upon how the students answer, sending you a notification for issues that may be, exposed through the assessments. So that is the new feature / function, the assessment notifications. So just for more context in terms of what that looks like when one of these, if it's via email, the notification is going out, you will get an email. And this is from our test site. You see WDD tester, daily assessment issue in Building Dreams. And with that, it's going to give you the information, daily assessment issue. Kingston filled out their daily assessment today, and the following issues were noted in their responses. My blank seems mad or sad most of the time, and it makes me worry. Yes, there isn't any schedule or rules in my home. Everyone is on their own. Yes, I am able to identify problems and overcome challenges on my own or with others in my home. No. How are you feeling? Angry. What's your current level of stress? 7, I'm elevated. So The assessment is uncovering all this information that is concerning and then bringing it right to you. So for your school counselors, deans of culture, this is going to be one of your best friends. This assessment, this feature, this is having your fingers on the pulse of your school culture and climate, being able to evaluate and assess what's going on with this student emotionally, with their stress levels in their home environment, and then document that information and then relay it to you so that you don't miss anything in your school environment. And once I have this information, now I can have follow-up and intervention with the student to help them resolve the issues that we've uncovered, with the assessment. So this is going to be a powerful tool for our admins, for our teachers, for our students. And this can be utilized not only by the admins, the school counselors, deans of cultures, vice principal, but also the teachers for your classroom. You can turn on this feature. For admins, you turn this on in the contacts, view all contacts, and when you edit your profile, you will see the assessment notification along with the SMS text message notifications to cut it on, the assessment notifications to receive the email or text notifications from assessments, and an incident notifications for flags, concerns, SACs, X number of negative behaviors, whatever the threshold is set in your building. And then again, just to reiterate, for teachers, you cut on this feature, the assessment notification in your classroom, classroom actions, edit class title and photo, and then simply enable by clicking the toggle assessment notifications. And then even before you get to the assessment notifications, this is where you cut on the toggle button to turn on the daily assessments in your classroom, to either turn on or turn off. And these assessments show up in your students' user group. And their account, when they log in, is when they can take their daily assessments. That's in, once you have the assessment notifications turned on, it's going to relay those assessment responses, if there are concerns documented, to you via the assessment notification. So one enhancement today, the standings dashboard, being able to access the raw data underneath the numbers on the standings dashboard, and then the assessment notifications for school admins and teachers. So we hope that you enjoy these new enhancements. We feel like they are going to be powerful tools, and we hope that you continue enjoying utilizing the Building Dreams multi-tiered system of supports platform. Thank you.